Hey guys, Keith here, Two Guys How To's. June's over there getting gloved up. Today we're going to install this windshield on this 74 Chevy Nova. And we're just getting gloves on now and just show you what we've got going on. Long story short, we've got this 3M windshield. This is the auto glass urethane. It's a 08693, and we got this off the internet. And we've had these tubes sitting out here just on this little makeshift table on this trash can that we've got. You can see right there, just in the sun, just to get these things a little bit more hot, a little bit more malleable. If you're in the winter time, they make a machine that plugs in your dashboard, cigarette lighter, and it kind of heats them up. So we've got that going, and they've got an end on it if you're familiar with like grease guns. So you pop this off, and there's actually another part inside. So don't worry about when you take this little cap off, this pop top, there's a plastic piece inside. It's not like a grease gun where it's just going to goo out. You got to load it in specifically. It comes preloaded. If they're not sealed like that, they're just gonna, air is going to get in, they're going to go bad, as well as the front is sealed too. So we went ahead and popped this one. When you order them, they each come with at least one or two of these. You just take this insert and pop it right in there, boom, like that. That pops that. You pop the top off. You're ready to go with the gun. And you can cut this tip to whatever height you want, whatever angle you want. Did you cut one of these tips already, June? So we're just gonna cut one of these down to whatever kind of bead size we want. We're gonna go a little thinner on this one. And you see how easy it cut. I just cut it at a slight angle. That's good to go. And we're gonna screw that onto our top that we already popped. It screws right on. Like I said, they should come with these. If they don't, then ask the people wherever you buy it, make sure they have them, or you might have to order them separate. And just load it in. That normal caulk gun works, which is a good thing. You don't need a special caulk gun design just for this. So now that we got that and those are getting heated up, we're gonna go over to this little table that we have here for windshield. We're gonna walk this windshield on over. Let me get another glove on. We've already wiped the window down with Windex and everything, but we're gonna just go ahead and clean it one more time with some rubbing alcohol. You want to be careful with this glass. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it upside down here one time. This table is specifically designed for it. If not, just use some moving blankets or something like that. That's gonna not scratch the window, and you want to be delicate, it will break. So we've got some rubbing alcohol, and I've got some napkins that I got, paper towels or napkins. I like the napkins, they're a little softer. We're just going to go ahead and juice these up, clean all the edges up, give June a little bit, give me a little bit more, and go right around that edge where you're going to end up. That edge on the inside, facing inside the cab, is going to be what's going to be glued down to that metal surface. And we're going to go ahead and prep this up, and we're also going to prep the metal on the actual car too. And I'm just going to go ahead and get the bottom of this too, just to make sure no oils penetrate anywhere when we're moving it. We don't have suction cups, so we're just going to move it by hand. That all done, and you can see it's pretty clean. I got it pretty clean with the Windex. I'm gonna take a little bit more. Jane's gonna take a little bit more. We're gonna go over onto this car here, and we're gonna clean the metal trim here. All around here, we've already prepped it before with bead, and it's been a long time coming. We've had this car sitting around. And, you're also gonna hit the bottom part, right down, kind of where the VIN plate's sitting flat here. You want to get this whole outer lip. Just make sure it's clean. You don't want to wear the paint off or anything like that. You just want to make sure it's kind of clean and free of any dirt and debris. Because that caulk, this is a one-time deal with that urethane caulk. We've already prepped it. I cleaned it with some soap and water. I have a little bit of soap and water here, regular water in here with a rinse rag. I went around and I cleaned everything already, even cleaned the dashboard just so none of that dust kind of scurries up on there. I did order a kit for this particular car. It has the rear trim and the front. It came with these, and basically these go right here. Let me show you guys what we've got. And once again, we had to put the Two Guys How To charm on it because the ones they sent us are too small. They sit like that. These are the factory Nova ones that we got just because we wanted to replace them. But June had to install them flipped around like this to even get the crook right in them. So we went ahead and just grabbed the old original Nova ones. They've got rubber top on them, and they screw in. And if you're doing your windshield yourself, there'll be 2 screw holes, one on the passenger side and one on the driver's side. And these little brackets will go. If you order these brackets, they're okay. You're just gonna have to run these spacers right here. You're gonna have to put this like that. Can you come over here and hold this real quick, June? So that way they can see what they have to do. You're gonna have to get these spacers. You're gonna have to use that clamp, the clip that they came, and these little spacers have a groove in them. You would set that on top like that, and the windshield would sit down in that groove while you just glue everything in. So if you don't have the original ones and you order these aftermarket ones, you're gonna need that clamp, the little clip, and these little risers right here. Or make some kind of riser that's gonna sit upright. We already went over, we installed this windshield, we dry fit it, we took it out, we dry fit it again. That's how we ended up deciding to take these clips off, going with the original Nova clip. And on that particular one there, I just kind of had to tweak it a little bit. I hit it with a hammer to get the crook out, and I bent it up with some needle nose. So we're good over there, and I'll show you that one as well. So you've got this clip here on the passenger side, and you've got this one here on the driver's side. And that window is going to sit right down on top of that, right there, boom. And then that caulk's going to be all around it, a nice even bead, and it's going to give it the cushion that we need once we install this thing. So we've got a canopy set up today because it is hot. So I think we're ready to go. I didn't touch anything that we're going to be gluing to. We're ready to basically get ready. We're going to run a bead of caulk around this whole windshield gently. You don't want to be too ginger with it, but you don't want to be too lavish with it, because the more you put on, the messier it's going to be. You can cut it a little bigger. We'll cut this down a little bigger here. Bigger, it'll flow a little bit better. And being in the sun, this stuff's going to be real malleable. You're going to be able to caulk it in much better. This is a urethane. This is specifically for windshields. So if you want to use 100% silicone or something and chintz out, it's just not going to work. It's going to be junk. So you're better off getting this. I think we got these on eBay from a guy they wanted these $30 a tube up around town at Advanced or whatever. We got these for what, maybe 15 a tube? I think so. So we went ahead and just got an 8-pack of them. You know, you keep them around if you got multiple cars. And we're just going to start getting down and dirty with it. I'll let June run that bead around there. Yep, let's see if I can get over a little bit better for you. Not shade out, not be too shaded out. I'm actually going to take this camera out of here just so you guys can see exactly what he's doing. And be gentle with it. You can see he's running that bead of caulk. It's hard to see under this canopy, but he's just going to run that bead of caulk right around the edge of that window. Like I said, you want to be generous with it, but you don't want to be too generous, because when you go to put it in, that stuff's going to go everywhere. That's why we've got the rubber gloves on. Our oils from our fingers won't contaminate anything. And if we do happen to get it on the gloves, it's easy to come off instead of off of our hands and fingers. In this particular windshield, we had a rust hole right up in here. So we went ahead and filled all that a while back, got it in there, sanded everything, sanded this whole trim. You can still see a little bit of rust indent. It's not perfect, but it's structurally solid. So we're not going to worry about it. It's going to last. It was lasting already. We just kind of took everything apart, put a new floor pan in this car, particular whole sheet pan. Did we load it in through the windshield? I think we did. I think we took the windshield out and we put the whole floor pan of the car through this windshield. And by doing that, it wasn't a bad thing. It made it a lot easier. We dropped the steering column down a little bit, put the floor pan in, and we went ahead and fixed whatever we saw out here that would have just been a problem later. So he's coming around the front here with that same nice bead that he's running. And you can kind of see where the windshield sits. And you just want to be real careful with it. Just go real slow, nice and slow. And he's going to come around to this side. The hardest part's getting it out and getting the windshield clean. We went ahead and just bought a brand new windshield because it wasn't, I think the other one was cracked. We used to race in this car and it was kind of beat up and it really wasn't worth it. 9 times out of 10, when they take the windshield out, it cracks. Sometimes it doesn't, but we didn't want to risk it, so we just went ahead and bought another windshield, which was easier prep work. And he's running that nice thick bead, probably about 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch across the whole bottom there. Get it up in there, and he's going to go back to the top and just keep working his way towards himself. Tricky. And I know this particular on the top, it was about, the windshield was only touching about 1/4 inch of the sheet metal. So that's right where he's putting that bead. He's just putting it right in that 1/4 inch line that we already dry fit. Remember, we put the windshield in, we took the windshield out, we put the windshield back in, and we just kind of made our measurements and our adjustments. That's how we knew that we had to raise these little perches on the bottom that we had. We went ahead and just used the stock ones that came on this car instead of swapping them out with new. They had more of a height and a better feel when the window was in there. So just gonna run that down. He's almost done. Connect those 2 beads around there and heavy it up. If you notice any light marks, we can always heavy it up.
Or any divots?
Any rust indentions.
A little thicker there.
Maybe go a little bit more. You want a little there. I remember there was a rust spot somewhere there that we fixed. Yeah, something like that. And you're just going back over a couple little spots just to make sure. And that stuff's super gooey. It's not like a regular caulk. Maybe run a little bit more in the middle here. Just go back over it and just go real slow. And you know, you just got to be patient. Just heavy it up. You go back around and you look in the sunlight and you look at the depth of it. And you'll notice where it needs a little bit more, because once you lay this windshield on there, that's the ball game. It's not coming back off. Good? I think it's good to go too. It's got plenty of meat on there. And it's starting to set and get a little tacky too, which is good, but you don't want it to set too much. Go and pick it up. Touch just right in here like that. Just be gentle with it. This is the outside. We've got it flipped over. It's concave right now. This is the inside of the car. This is the outside of the windshield. So let's get this on over. Get this bad boy in here. Everything's been rubbing alcohol done. And those little bottom feet that I was showing you. And you set it right on those feet just for now. Right on those little perches that we didn't like. And I'm going to reach inside this windshield. Slide mine over. You good, June? June's going to reach inside. We haven't touched the outside yet. Good. We're going to bring it forward, and we can always adjust it. We're going to look at this gap right here on the side. I'm running about 1/4 inch. What do you want?
Probably come this way just a little.
Okay, let me show you guys here. You can see where this windshield's sitting right on this little perch, and on this other perch over here that June has. Right there and right here. And we're gonna go ahead and adjust this gap right down here. He went over and he saw his side, he's gonna look at mine, he's gonna look at his. He's saying right now they're about the same size gap, so That's good.
Come this way here, just to say,
And we're gonna slide it over just a hair. Good? And we're just gonna snugly push down on here. You can see, we'll see this caulk move. You'll see this caulk move when you push in on it. It'll squish down in there. You see it? That's what you want. You want to see that bead. So let's set this back over here like this. Push all around here a little bit. Make sure you can see it ooze out. It'll pop right back in. That's what you want. You want a good bead on here. Top and bottom. Yeah, that's a good seal. You can see it. And we're basically just going to let it sit like that. It's hot today. We've got the cover on it. If we had to leave it out, I would tape it. We're going to leave it out tonight or today and then put it back in the garage. But you can pretty much see. And I'm going to show you guys here. June's doing, he's pushing, and you can see that nice bead we got down around this whole thing. It's about 3/4 of an inch on the bottom. Down here probably needs a hair more, but that's okay. It's good. Once that bond's on there, it's a done deal. It's not gonna leak. On the kit we got, it's a trim kit. This is actually the reveal molding clips. It does the front windshield, does all the chrome trim for the front windshield, as well as some of the trim in the back, the clips for the trim in the back. And it's I'll hold it up, but it's a GMK 401-252-5683 S as in Sam. So I'm gonna hold this back. If you need this trim clip kit, you can get it online. I think we got this off of eBay. And once again, the number is G as in George, M as in Mary, K as in Keith, 401-252-5683, S as in Sam. So get one of these and it'll take care of your Nova. Use what you need out of it. If not, put the rest on the shelf and you're good to go. All right, guys, we got all that in there, ready to go. And they come with these clips. We ordered a set of these clips, and these go right into these little buttons. They're a little teeny. You can't really see them. They almost look like a little screw head sticking out. And these will just slide in. That little hole will go right in there. And you slide it down, you push it down, and these are what holds your trim in. So if you leave those in, it's fine. If you want to put new ones in, it's fine. We went ahead and just installed these before we did the window. That way it makes it easier. And remember, if you get that kit and you need these little riser arm clips that go down in there, you're going to have to make these things work by using this little rubber pad, because it's just not tall enough. You're going to have to stack them up like that. Or you can make any kind of homemade bracket just to keep them up for tonight. And then once that caulk sets in, you take these off. We're going to leave them on. They come left on for years, you know. They never take them off. But if you had to, you could, or make your own little bracket, whatever. Even if it was a shim of wood just to hold it up in place tonight, you're good to go. And then June's going to put this little clip back on.
this part goes on the bottom.
And you always want the part that has the, what is this, totally flat here. And this goes on the bottom. You can see that little round hole there, and it kind of goes up. You want that flat part on the bottom, and he's going to push it in. He's gently just going to move it in there with the screwdriver. See if you can see it without scratching the paint. You want to be gentle, or use maybe even a piece of plastic shim or something. So and that's it. You just push it in, and that little screw head that was sticking out is almost all the way up there as far as it can go. It's almost impossible to get them up. That's just where they sit. They get pinched in there, and you're good to go. So come back out in the sun. Until next time, it's Keith, June, and Two Guys How To's, and we're out of here. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, like, thumbs up, all that, and share. See you next time.
I'm not a pig, I'm a lawyer.